And we're back for another exciting episode of Sir Jos's Awesome Sauce with yours truly, Sir Jos. I decided I think I need to take a break from Celeste. Got a new TV for free. It's got a little flicker thing that I'm hopefully going to be able to fix, but I mean, it's not too bad. It's better than what I was working with before. The sound is way better. The problem with the YouTube comments not working, I'm expecting that to persist. I don't know what to do about that. But you know what? Silver lining. We're pumped up. As you can hear in the background music, this is how I feel. This is how I feel about New Horizons. We're on the road to rainbows. That's a huge hint. That is Rainbow Road. Super Mario Kart's Rainbow Road. I'm gonna... Yeah, there's a flicker. It's just kind of a little jarring with the image. It's 1080i, not a 1080p. I did set the PlayStation settings to 1080i. So it just looks a little, you know, jittery. But the sound is way better. Like, I couldn't watch movies. Alright, Kid Dracula. This was available only on the Super Famicom in Japan until today. Well, until this collection was released. Let's start a new game, shall we? Kid Dracula. So, hopefully the comments will work, huh? I'm expecting them only to work for a little while, and then eventually they just won't work anymore. I don't know what to do about that. I hate it. I haven't been terribly inspired to stream since the comments just keep not working. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's cute. It's a little cheery version of the Castlevania 1 level. It's like a Castlevania. Yo, Joe, bro. There he is. We're playing Kid Dracula. I figured this would be less stressful than Celeste. Celeste was just starting to... It was just too frustrating for me. I did about all I can stand. So this is cute. So you can shoot up, down, left, and right. You can hold down attack for like a Mega Buster attack like Mega Man. Ooh, there's a coin. Can I get that coin? Nope. It's gonna disappear. Ba-da-da-da. I like that holding down attack doesn't give you a noise. Like, I never liked that about the Mega Mans that included the... So that's a plus. It doesn't make a noise when you hold down the attack. So you can always just be holding it down. Okay, there's a coin. So maybe it gives you coins when you use the charge shot? Yeah, look at that. It seems to be that they only give you coins when you use the charge. That's cute. See the stairs with the moon. I know you're picking that all up. Alright, here we go. Oh, crap. Oh. Alright, so it's worth noting, I watched like a little review of this, and I saw a screenshot of that ghost. And in the original Japanese version, there was a swastika on that ghost's white hood, so it was obviously supposed to be a Ku Klux Klan member. But America's too much of a pussy to just put a swastika on what's supposed to be a Klan. Japan was cool with it. Alright, so let's, I guess Japan was on the side. I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna choose, because I don't know what Can-Can, Garapon, or Jab and Pop are. I'm gonna choose roulette. You know what really sucks is that, like, Brendan could be commenting right now, and I wouldn't know. Cost 3 coins? Alright, well I think I have 3 coins. Never played this. It's cool when a series makes an experimental one-off now and then. Yeah. This is like a kid-friendly Castlevania, I guess. And they were okay with putting swastikas in the kid-friendly Japanese version. Not in America. So what am I doing here? Okay, so I got a 1-up. So yeah, it seems you get a coin every time you kill him with a charge shot. I'm gonna get lots of coins this way. Try not to die though. Yeah, I never played this before either. This is on the Castlevania collection that you gifted me. So this one's for Brendan. Me too! Ironically, I'm more offended by censorship than I would be by the thing that is censored to avoid offense. To think that somebody would just see a swastika on what was obviously a Klan's member, who is the boss, who is the villain. I mean, we don't need to explain to each other what that meant. So what, we're supposed to pretend that there are no such thing as Klan's members and that we're okay with them? I don't know. I don't understand. I guess I don't think like most people. Alright. Can I make it? Yeah. Alright. Can I go down there and get that heart? Will that give me anything? Like a... Yeah, now I have 5 hearts. So I can change to homing. Oh. There's no time limit. That's awesome. I hate time limits. And this is why Brendan encouraged me not to delete my video, but not censor myself. Because if I censor myself, then I'm just as bad as the censors, right? So I got this new TV. It's like a 37-inch 1080i. I don't know what the difference is between 1080i and 1080p, but I think 1080p is better. But I'm not complaining. This is better than what I was working with. I had this little computer monitor that had horrible sound. Like I'd turn the volume all the way up and it was too quiet. So a friend of mine just gave me this TV because he doesn't need it. So like, I'm really grateful. Thank you, Patrick, if you ever watch this. Oh! Yeah. Ooh. Ah! So I had a feeling this wouldn't be terribly easy, but should be less frustrating than Celeste. It should be easier than Castlevania. It's supposed to be I mean, I'm assuming it's basically a Castlevania for kids. But for Japanese kids, so that means it's not going to be easy. Oh, dude, I'm not going to go back for that coin. The whole outrage of female portrayal in video games thing is what mostly started my strong opinions about feminism and SG. Yeah. Yeah, like, do we need to point out... Like, I played through the entire game of Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a good game. It's not, like, my favorite game in the world, but, like, what I really appreciated about that game, I played through the entire thing, and I never even really realized until after I was completely done with it that, like, the hero is obviously a woman, and she's not sexualized. She's a strong woman, as she would have to be the character that she is, but she's not sexualized. And the game starts out where you're in a matriarchal society. In the future, women are the ruling class in this game. And, like, if a game were to do that in a way that was, like, beating you over the head with this ideology, I would have thought it was lame. But it was done in a way that was classy. It wasn't, like, oh, look how politically correct we are. It was a believable... It was done in a way that was classy. I appreciate that. It was a good game, a good story, good strong female lead, but it wasn't like... It was good. Oh! Am I gonna do it? Yeah! Alright, we're having fun. Boom! I get bombs. I got bombs. Yeah, it's very... some nods to Mega Man here. Konami giving nods to Capcom here. Alright, so if I choose A, it's gonna go... then it's gonna go to B. I don't remember what the last one I did was. Let's just do that again. Oh, and then it adds lines, so really... Roulette, that's the one I wanted. So I'm really happy that I got this new TV. It's got this flicker that is only noticeable in certain screens. Hopefully I can do something about that, but it's still, if this is as good as I can get it, it's way better than what I was dealing with before. Try your luck. 2 coins for 1 medal. How many coins do I have? I don't know what's the D thing. Let's find out. Oh, I see. I can put 1, 2 coins. A 2, a 6, a 4. Got 3 up. No, not screen tearing. It's just that, like right now, it's a little hard on the eyes. Like it's just, I don't know how else to say it. Basically, it's flickering. Alright, so let's see what the bomb does. Some Mario, sort of very reminiscent of Mario 3, Mega Man. Okay, so you can adjust the height of your jump, but it jumps a lot higher than you feel like it's going to. Even if you just tap it. Like right now I can't see any like flickering, but it looks like just, I set my PlayStation settings to the video output to be 1080i rather than 1080p because this is a 1080i TV. Oh. So I guess to use the bomb, or use the homing, or use... When you hold the shot, then it does what the special thing is. Like for this, it's a bomb. I could just collect hella coins. So mostly... I recommend setting your resolution to 720p instead of 1080i. Progressive is every frame. Progressive is every frame is all pixels at once, but interlaced is... Okay, I'll try that. So the flicker could be just that it's... I think I understand what you're saying, and I can't put it into words, but... Every other horizontal line of pixels alternating. Yeah, that could be what makes it look like that. Ooh, let's get that heart, shall we? Yeah. Go, Kid Dracula. Yeah, maybe I'll set it to that. It seems like a TV that's not quite... I mean, it's not as modern. It seems like an outdated TV. So 1080i is interlaced. Is that what that means? I don't know that using the bomb is really the best option here. Did I get him? Is that just a mini boss? No, that's it. I'm so batty now. Because I got a bat. Sweet. Kid Alucard. Alright, we're gonna have roulette again. Here, let me, I think my audio should still be... You should still be able to hear me. So I'm gonna pause the stream, but I'm gonna adjust the settings. Only microphone audio is being broadcast, so I believe you can still hear me. While I... Sound and screen, video output settings, 720p. Yeah, okay. Now both microphone audio and gameplay are being broadcast. You can still hear it, good. Hopefully the comments will keep working. 2 coins for 1 medal. So I don't know what the D is. One, 4, or 5. What's the D? Jackpot! That's what D is. Oh, so I got 4 more medals. So I think that actually... I think doing what you said, putting it to 720p, fixed that flicker. Okay. Oh, I don't know. So why did the bat... I really? How does this bat thing work? Oh, I see, it's counting down. She shoots little popsicles at me. bastard. Die! Yeah! Those platforms are... That's not a platform. I should have known that. Aw, really? So, not unlike Castlevania, the platform jumping is... I just slipped. The platform jumping is the biggest challenge. Like, you die by falling more often than you die by losing all your health. Damn. Oh my god. So... I should be using this. So I don't understand why he just turned back into not being a bat immediately. I think it's because I pressed attack, that's why. So I only have one more life. I don't know how many continues we have. No, because I still owe my roommate $300. I share play it. Or if you could just broadcast it sometime. I don't know if it would work for share play. I think it depends on if your upload speed is sufficient. Most people I know, even if they have like the fastest internet they can have, like they still don't have the upload speed required, which I gotta say I resent Sony for like SharePlay not working for anyone I know. It's like, oh, like this game does not offer... It's like, what do developers think that like anyone can just do SharePlay and that's why you can't do online co-op because you should just be able to SharePlay? I mean, that'd be nice if SharePlay actually worked. Why didn't that? Whatever, I pressed what I thought would turn you into a bat. And it did not turn me into a bat. What do I need to practice this bat business? Like, alright, so I can see what I did before that was wrong was pressing the attack button makes you stop. So like you charge and then let go to activate the bat. It counts down from 5. And then when if you press attack right away, then so I lost my 5 hearts, which I can get back right there. Well, I can get 4 anyway. Music's not terribly impressive. Kind of annoying. By not terribly impressive, I mean not good. I liked how the first level was like a cutesy version of like the Castlevania 1 level 1 music, but this is not anything like Castlevania now. It's not like Mega Man either. It's like some not good music. It's okay. Not a bad game though so far. I'm not hating this game. So here's where you obviously got to turn into the bat. I pressed what? Okay, that didn't work. So why did it not? What? Bastards. So yeah, a little bit frustrating, as much as you'd expect a Super Famicom game to be. Not nearly as hard as Castlevania, that's for sure. I'd be surprised if it was as hard as Castlevania. Alright, so what do I need to do here? What? Like what? Why is he... If I start moving, he just... Okay. Hey! It's weird, like, the way this controls. It's kind of hard to explain. But, like... It's slippery even when you're the bat. Jesus. Alright, do we have infinite continues? There's no number by the continue, but... But yeah, the bat controls are slippery. This is like 10 times more annoying because you have to hear the shitty music start over every time you die. So this is the beauty of Celeste, that, and a lot of games like Super Meat Boy, like, not making you have to do a bunch of the shit over that you know you can do. Yeah, the knockback is ass. Well put. The knockback is ass. I love that. It is. Alright, we can do this though. Because we're old school gamers. We're used to these kind of trials and tribulations. I mean, it's like Castlevania. The knockback is what fucks you up. And Ninja Gaiden, forget about it. Fucking mother. I love how that looks like a platform. That's awesome. What's awesome about it is that it's not a platform. I mean, I should have known there's these circling platforms over what looks like a platform. Alright, so this bat stuff is not as easy as it looks. It's not terribly hard, but like... I just had to get used to, like, The slipperiness of it. It's slippery. But I'm getting the hang of it. Okay, now we're progressing. One thing I love is that the enemies don't come back when you go out of the screen, like Ninja Gaiden. Like, the enemies in Ninja Gaiden come back. You don't even have to leave the screen for the enemies to come back. You can actually watch them reappear before your eyes in Ninja Gaiden. And I fucking hate that about Ninja Gaiden. That shit is... Talk about ass. You want to talk about ass? Let's talk about the enemies coming back in Ninja Gaiden. Now that is ass-licious. See, the enemies do come back in this, but it's more forgiving. See, that enemy didn't come back. Now that heart right there, I'm gonna need that, because that'll give me... I think that'll just refill my hearts. It won't give me an extra heart container, though. Yeah. That's fine. It'd be nice to have 5 hearts, but... No, I don't want the bat. Uh-oh. So far I haven't died on a boss yet, but I don't want to speak too soon on that. So I wonder if the bomb has more power. The homing is probably weaker. Uh-oh. Oh, I read the beginning of your comment. They finally, and I'm not looking, but I think I know what you're gonna say, because I read. I can tell you one thing that they... Yeah, I did it again. Yep, you said what I thought. They finally released SNES games on Switch, and they released a wireless SNES controller to play them. Yeah, when I read that earlier this week, I was like, they haven't released SNES games already? But okay. I guess that's exciting. Sometimes I think I ought to just trade in my PlayStation for a Switch. Not that I wouldn't be able to get a Switch and not pay any money. But for the kind of games I like to play more and more as I'm getting older, I'm realizing I'm less and less impressed with, like, AAA titles. And I'm more and more interested in platformers and retro style platformers and straight up retro platformers like this. Like, I don't know why, that's why I say Horizon is a good game, but it's still, I don't know, like, I couldn't tell you what, I mean, I liked it enough to play through the whole game, and it's pretty long, and it was fun. The stealth mechanics are not so great, like, it's really easy not to get spotted. I started that game on very hard because you can turn down the difficulty mid-game, and I never had to turn down the difficulty. There was a couple bosses and, like, one base I can think of that, like, I had some difficulty with, but, like, I never turned the difficulty down, and I beat it with little problems. Get Animal Crossing when it comes out so we can visit each other's towns and trade fruit and bugs and shit. I watched some reviews of, like, Animal Crossing. I didn't know that there's, like, several Animal Crossing games, but there's one, maybe it's the most recent one, that's, like, like a Mario Party type game, and like a lot of people did not like it, like gave it very low ratings. But maybe that's just that one. It's like a board game, like Mario Party type game. People aren't liking that. I forget what it's called. But it still looks like something I'd be into, like a relaxing sort of non-game. Like, I think Farmville was sort of like Farmville, I'm not gonna. Oh, it was a lame spin-off. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I was into Farmville for a little while. I'm not proud of it, but it became so much of a chore eventually that. Alright, got 2 1-ups. Anyway, Farmville became horrible, but when I first was getting into it, I really liked it. And I guess the reason I bring it up is because it didn't feel so much like a game, but more like Harvest Moon type of game. Harvest Moon is like arguably more of a game than Farmville, but like a game where it's all about just doing chores, but making chores fun. Like, what was that game that was in the sort of spirit of Harvest Moon? Aaron was into it. It looks a lot more complicated than Harvest Moon, but it's like a game where you like build your homestead. And what is that fucking game called? So I got ice now. That probably freezes enemies. Almost surely. But that didn't give me a coin, though. Oh! Okay, I needed to use the bat. Knock back his ass! Alright, let's go back to getting coins. Oh, I like how I couldn't... I thought the enemy disappeared. No, not Terraria. Aaron also recommended I buy Terraria a long time ago, and I did because I loved Minecraft so much. And he was like, oh, if you love Minecraft, you should get Terraria. I thought, in my humble opinion, that a lot of the fun of the gameplay was lost when it's translated into a 2D game. The exploration is something that I love about... One of the many things I love about Minecraft is the exploration aspect of it, and when you transfer it into a 2D, I thought it sounded like a good idea, but just for my own personal taste, being a lover of 2D platformers, I did not find that it translated well Minecraft to Terraria. I didn't enjoy Terraria. I couldn't get into it. You enjoyed Farmville for a couple hours when you were testing PS Now. You were testing PS Now? Slice of life type of game. No, yeah. Slice of life meaning like it's based on real life experiences more. What was that game? There's a game called Viva Pinata. Is that one of those kind of games? Because it's hardly a game. Yeah, that's what I did at PlayStation, and we would test streaming a bunch of different games for a couple hours at a time. So was Farmville on PS Now then? So I thought that was only on phones and like PC or whatever. Ah! Farmville is on PS3. Oh, and maybe PS4? Good. You don't like Terraria either. Well, that's... What's the word I'm looking for? Confirming? Yeah, I don't... Like, it seems like I thought it was a good idea. It looked cool, and then I was just like, I don't know, the exploration is not rewarding because it's not 3D. I guess. I don't know, I couldn't get into it. Aaron got into it. Aaron gets into a lot of things that I can't get into. I don't know why that is. I think Aaron is a more forgiving, less critical gamer than I am. Maybe more than you too. Cliff and I, my brother and I, are both super critical about games. Although I'm probably more critical about movies than I am about games. Like, I can't... Sometimes I wish I could allow myself to enjoy certain movies more, but I just, like, whatever it is about me that won't just allow myself to, like, calm down and, like, just allow myself to enjoy something, like, whatever, like I don't like the Avengers. I've watched it, the first one I've watched more than once, and I just, like, it's not entertaining to me at all. It's more annoying, just, and I've figured it out by just looking stuff up. Like, it's, Joss Whedon is the reason I don't like it. I don't like Joss Whedon's, the way he writes characters, and just the way they talk to each other is, like, irritating. I'm more of a fan of, like, Zack Snyder, because, I mean, I admit that I like darker stuff when it comes to movies more. So, not being a fan of the superhero genre of movies, which my superhero fatigue began a long time ago, and it's not going anywhere, because as a culture we're still obsessed with superheroes. The games and shows, I mean, really, like, enough. Like, Walking Dead seasons 1 and 2 were very good. Season 3, I thought was lame. My brother has told me that, like, if you get through season 3 of Walking Dead, it gets good again, but I don't know. I don't care enough. It takes a lot for me to, like, get into an episodic series. And, like, I don't have time to watch hours and hours of episodic series. So I'm a snob in that way. I easily was able to get through the entirety of, like, Breaking Bad, because it's as good as everyone says it is. I was able to get through the entirety of 6 Feet Under, because before Breaking Bad was the best thing I still might even say I think I like 6 Feet Under more than Breaking Bad. There's a lot about the Marvel movies I don't like, but I like some of the actors, a lot of which lets me enjoy them, like Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Ruffalo. I think Mark Ruffalo is an excellent choice as the Hulk. That's cast very well. I found Robert Downey Jr.'s performance as Iron Man annoying, but not to say that there's anything wrong with Robert Downey Jr. I just don't like the cocky character. And it's like, that's just a matter of personal taste, because, like, I don't read Marvel comics, but if that's the way Iron Man is, like, you know, Spider-Man is supposed to be a cocky, like, childlike hero, from what I hear. So, if that's the way he's gonna be in, like, Civil War, then I guess that's appropriate, but for my personal taste, I don't find those characters to be amusing, because I'm a snob. But that's not saying there's anything wrong with the Marvel movies or the Avengers, because maybe that's the way the Avengers are supposed to be, but, like, I just couldn't care less. The Hulk is definitely my favorite character. Um, I can identify with the Hulk for having a hard time controlling his rage, so I identify with that. I get an emotional reaction from watching the Hulk try to keep his rage at bay. The only thing I can't identify with the Hulk is that when his rage finally goes out of control, he has the power to do some damage. When my rage gets out of control, I lose power, and I destroy things that I shouldn't destroy, like my 50-inch TV, which is why I'm working with this one now. Alright, so it's good to change to the bat, but then you gotta quickly switch away from the bat. Oh, so like when he pounds the ground. So yeah, like, my thing about the Avengers, like, I don't like the tone of the Avengers, and tone means a lot to me, and that's just my personal taste. Like, Aaron and I have discussed this ad nauseum. Ad nauseum, I tell you. So I can say that it's just my personal preference not to like the Avengers, but I can see that it's a well-made movie, and it's supposed to be, like, it's a comic book, so it's supposed to be adventurous and fun, I guess. I am more interested in Zack Snyder's tone in, like, Man of Steel, which is an underrated superhero movie, in my opinion. I also love Superman, the whole backstory of Superman. Some people don't like that Zack Snyder made Superman into this, like, more brooding, darker Superman. I can understand that sentiment, but I think it's cool. I think Zack Snyder's reimagining of the Superman universe is very welcome to me, and there are glaring problems with Batman v Superman, I'll admit that, but I'm still gonna go on record and say I love that movie. There's some things that could have made it a lot better, and if you hate Batman v Superman, I won't be offended, because there's definitely some glaring problems with that movie. But I just think the tone is fucking great. When I watched it with low expectations. I haven't watched any of the Thors. The Hulk and Jeff Goldblum? Like, who's Jeff Goldblum? I mean, I know who Jeff Goldblum is, but what is Jeff Goldblum? What is he cast as? I don't think I cared enough to even try to watch Thor. Like, the problem with a lot of these superhero, or the Marvel movies, is that, like, it's very rare that you can find one to watch for free on any streaming service, because Disney, especially now, wants you to just get their new streaming service, and I won't be getting that, ever. I love classic hand-drawn Disney. I think that Disney is the reason why so many Marvel movies are not to my taste. One of my favorite Marvel movies was Logan, because Logan was not a Disney production, so it was darker. Alright, how do I do this without dying? If that guy's gonna pound, when that gorilla pounds, it knocks me out of the bat form, so if I can just get... Oh. It sucks I only have 4 hearts now, too. Like, I could have 5 if I hadn't died. So you can hit those UFOs off screen. I don't think I can make that without the bat, so I'm not willing to try. Captain America, the first one I saw in the theater, and like, I liked it more than I thought I would, because I like origin stories. Like, I don't care as much for the action. Although the action in both Man of Steel and Batman v Superman were fucking awesome. Just the way they were directed. Even though it's gimmicky, like, I like the, like, slow down sort of, it's clear what's going on in the action in these Zack Snyder films. Whereas, like, a Michael Bay movie would be a good example of the way action is directed that I do not like. I fucking hate it when it's like shaky cam. Oh, it keeps changing perspectives and you don't even know what's going on. Or like Alien vs. Predator. Now there's a good example of how not to direct action scenes. Don't even get me started. I know I'm not alone in that, hating Alien vs. Predator. Like, how are you gonna have an Alien movie or a Predator movie and rate it PG-13? I mean, and that's just the beginning of the problems with that movie. So here I am at the same part with one heart. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Because you got to get up there and then change out. You have to unselect the bat and kill that guy before. Maybe if I go straight to ice, but in order to freeze him, you gotta... Maybe I can sneak up. Yeah, you can almost get far enough to see him. was worth a try. My main complaint about Batman vs. Superman was I hated Jesse Eisenberg. You know what? I totally agree with you. That is one of many, and I don't even hate Jesse Eisenberg, and I think you don't either, but I hated him as Lex Luthor. And there was a lot of things wrong with Batman v Superman. Like, Jesse Eisenberg cast as Lex Luthor was atrocious. I agree with Aaron in that he was basically playing like the Riddler or a version of the Joker. It's like, no, he's not the Riddler. He's fucking Lex Luthor. He's not supposed to be awkward. He's not like... He's a maniac, but I mean, Lex Luthor is supposed to be like an egomaniac, but he's not supposed to be like this, like, kind of Riddler type. It's like he was trying to be the Riddler. But Lex Luthor is supposed to be charismatic and like super intelligent and maniacal in the sense that he's lusts for power, but he's not like, yeah. I'm preaching to the choir here. Hated Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I did not hate Ben Affleck as Batman. I didn't think I was going to be on board with that, but actually I was surprised. My personal opinion, Ben Affleck did just fine as Batman. I did not have a problem with that. I thought I would. A lot of people hated how it was like Batman's reasons for resenting Superman were not well written, or like so immature, and hating Superman just because he like killed one of his family members. I mean, when obviously we all saw what happened. Like, Superman didn't kill his cousin or whatever the fuck he was supposed to be. If anyone he should have been mad at, it should have been Zod. And Superman caused a lot of collateral damage, which he couldn't avoid. So then it's like, okay, so what did Batman want him to do? Just let Zod terraform the entirety of the planet Earth, and then his cousin or whatever he was would have died anyway? Like, okay, so that's the complaint people have, that like Batman was just being a big baby and trying to blame Superman. But on my first viewing of that, I was on board. I didn't overthink it. I just was fine with that. Like, oh, cool. I didn't think I would like. Kevin Spacey was dope as Lex. I agree. And that was not the greatest Superman movie, although I did enjoy it a lot when I saw it in the theater. I loved how they had the John Williams music for Superman. Like, right as the opening credits started to roll and they played the John Williams Superman music, I was like, it's like I was 10 years old again and I was watching the original Supermans that I grew up on. And I'm one of the few who enjoyed Batman vs. Superman. I loved how badass Batman was, I agree, and that he killed people in it. Yeah, I was fine with that too. People that were like, oh, now he kills people, that's stupid. Like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. Lest we forget that Batman killed... In 89 Batman, he killed that guy that he, like, you know... It was a scene at the end where he, like, grabbed one of the Joker's thugs between his thighs and he, like, smashed his head into the bell at the top of the bell tower, and then he fell to his death. I mean, you can't tell me that guy didn't fall to his death and Batman didn't do it on purpose. So, like, if you're gonna complain that Batman killed people in Batman v Superman, then, like, you can't be on board with 89 Batman, which was my personal favorite Batman. Another controversial opinion. Heath Ledger was, of course, rest in peace, expertly cast and performed as the Joker in The Dark Knight, which was an excellent movie. But I personally thought I was more on. I didn't dislike Heath Ledger as the Joker at all, but I liked how Jack Nicholson was more funny, if that makes any sense. More comical. And being someone who loves darker, more serious tones, I liked how 89 Batman was darker than any Batman we had seen before, but it was still a little bit more playful, a lot more playful than like Dark Knight, the Christopher Nolan one. Uh, yeah, I mean, there was only one scene, and that's cool. I mean, that the Heath Ledger Joker was not funny. Like, it wasn't a comedy. There was one joke he made that I thought was funny where he said, "You want to watch me make a pencil disappear?" And he put the pencil on a table and then he smashed one of his thugs' faces into the table. And the pencil disappeared. That was good. That was funny. But other than that, he made no jokes. And like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I mean, he is the Joker. Like, I don't know. Just for my, I don't know. I'm defending my, I just liked the Jack Nicholson Joker more. No disrespect to Heath Ledger. Just see if I can like not, if I can at least get to that gorilla with more than one heart here, I'd be in much better shape. So yeah, other glaring problems with Batman v Superman. There was a lot of them. I really would have liked being, you know, Batman just had 3 full-length awesome movies. And then Superman got 1, which, you know, The Return of Superman with Lex Luthor played by Kevin Spacey that was awesome. The John Williams score was awesome about it, but that movie wasn't as good as Man of Steel. It wasn't as good as Batman v Superman either. I didn't like it as much. I mean, it was just good enough. But what? Oh, so like there was the scene where like. So first, when I found out that the next Superman movie was gonna be Batman v Superman, like, I was annoyed because I was like, didn't Batman just have 3 full-length awesome movies? And like, Superman got 1 that was just like a little bit better than mediocre at best. And now Batman has to be in the next Superman movie already? Like, oh, I get it. Dawn of Justice. So now DC has to keep up with Marvel by rushing the team superhero movie, which Justice League was fucking horrible, by the way. And Zack Snyder directed like less than half of it, and then, you know, I guess his daughter committed suicide, which is horrible. So then he made the decision to pass the torch to Joss Whedon to finish the movie. So I'm not blaming Zack Snyder for stepping down for needing to be with his family, but like, Joss Whedon, you could have, can't think of anyone I'd rather not direct my new movie with Superman in it. So I hated it. But the only scene that I liked was where Superman was resurrected, and like, he immediately just had a bloodlust for Batman. Like, that was cool. And then it took like the entire Justice League to hold him back, and they barely were able to hold him back because Superman is like so strong. Yep. And Batman Returns was almost as good as 89 Batman 2. It wasn't bad. Like, people say Ghostbusters 2 was not good. I would argue that it's not quite as good as the first one, but it's not that it's not. It's still amazing. Just like Batman Returns was fucking awesome, just not quite as good as the first one. Joker and Bane and the Nolan movies, yeah, that was great. I actually liked how Batman Begins was more of an origin story, and what's that guy's name that played the Scarecrow? He was cool. Liam Neeson was Ra's al Ghul, that was cool. Or no, Raish. My brother likes to correct me. It's Raish al Ghul, because that's the way they pronounce it on the show Gotham, which I haven't seen. Yeah, I'll give you a pass on that, loving Batman Forever because you were a kid. I didn't like it when I first saw it in the theater. I didn't like Val Kilmer's Batman, but like upon revisiting that movie with lower expectations, I actually appreciated it a lot more for kind of being its own thing. Like it was more of a sort of a nod to the campy 60s show. But even the first time I watched it, I thought Jim Carrey as the Riddler was awesome, and Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face was awesome. And it was like, it was a visually good movie. It even stands up today. It's like lighter in tone, but I grew to like Batman Forever. Batman and Robin was horrible, but I kind of like that movie for being so bad it's good now. Like the nipples on the bat suit and all that shit. It's like, what? But like, it's funny. Now here I am. I'm gonna get. So I don't know. I think maybe I'm not getting terribly frustrated here or anything, but like, I don't know. Would you judge me if I started to utilize quick saving here? 'Cause I guess I have infinite continues, but now I have 3 hearts. Like, what happened to 4 hearts? I love to talk about movies. Oh, look, you can pause it and change. Okay. Alright, so I'm not gonna quick save just yet, because I just found out I can pause and change my weapon. That's good news. Let me just finish my thought about Batman v Superman. So, I didn't like that, like, Superman really didn't get his time in the sun, and Batman certainly did, and then all of a sudden Batman has to be in the next Superman movie, and they also rushed this forming the Justice League thing, which could have been cool, but the only scene I really got excited about was when Superman was resurrected. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. But like the lines in that were so like even worse than like the jokes and stuff. I didn't like it at all. And the Flash is horrible. I hate his character. And there was a scene in Batman v Superman where the Flash just like for no reason, and you find out later if you watch the Flash, which I didn't, and I'm not going to. Was like a scene where he like woke up from his dream. Batman woke up from a dream, and then like out of nowhere comes Flash, who they don't explain is Flash. It's like somebody just came out of another dimension and was like, hey, like his mother's name is Martha. Oh wait, it's too early. Like, what? That was maybe my least favorite thing. That and Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor were like horrible. I just was really stupid. I love what's her name cast as Wonder Woman and the whole backstory there, and like I didn't think the story was as convoluted as people say. If anything, like, it was a long movie, like so many hero movies were, but it was kind of rushed. It was condensed. Like, it should have been. There was like the death of Superman. So it was like 3 movies in one 2.5 hour movie. Like, it was Batman versus Superman, could have been its own movie. Superman could have had a whole other. There should have been a Man of Steel 2. If I had it my way, there would have been a Man of Steel 2, directed solely by Zack Snyder, with like Kevin Spacey or like maybe John Malkovich as somebody cool as Lex Luthor. Would have been John Malkovich would have been cool, but not Jesse Eisenberg. Come on. Jesse Eisenberg could play the Joker or the Riddler in like a Christopher Nolan or a darker Batman, but anyway, that scene was stupid. Where like the Flash came out of nowhere and was like, "Oh, wait, it's too soon," and then at the end they were like, the other thing I did not like about the movie was like the reason that Batman decided to fight on the same side as Superman was that they realized their mother had the same name. Like, really? Really? That was really stupid. But like, so many good things about Batman v Superman v Batman versus Superman. Like, that sucks. But then when I saw it, I was like, it gave me chills. Like, there was many scenes in that gave me chills. That were just like, this is so dope. Like the whole dream sequence where like Batman has the dream about the Superman and his like army taking him down, and like did not hate that scene. That was dope. Like the way it was directed with like the choreography of like the gunfighting and stuff, like alright, we're getting coins here. Okay, that was done well. Okay, now, alright. This is where I would quick save, but what I should do now is watch this. I think I'm going to do this time. Now I can... Oh, well, I can't switch. I have to undo myself from the bat and then pause it. I couldn't believe the Martha thing. That was so stupid. I was shocked by how ridiculous and funny that was. It felt like a parody of itself. It did. That maybe was like... That and Jesse Eisenberg were like... I was not on board with either one of those things. And, I mean, the death of Superman thing was hella cool. It just was like... There could have been a whole separate movie that was the forming of the Justice League, a whole other movie about Batman vs. Superman, and then a whole other movie about the death of Superman that all could have been 2.5 hours. But they wanted to rush to make the Justice League because they wanted to keep up with Marvel, which wasn't necessary because Marvel and the whole team superhero thing, okay, that's fine. Like, let them do that. Like, it's cool, I guess, but like, I guess that's what I like about Batman and Superman together and individually, is that they're solo. I mean, Batman has Robin, but like, especially Superman is cool because he is a solo superhero. And he has his own inner turmoil about like resenting being the one that has to, like, the whole thing about the world like fearing Superman and him just wanting to be left alone so he could be with Lois Lane. That's cool enough in itself without Batman coming in and mucking up the whole thing and like. But all that being said, like, another thing that what's the word I'm looking for, that like subverted my expectations about when the Justice League was first formed. It wasn't the entire Justice League, but it was Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. Wasn't there one other person? Anyway, they sort of had a Justice League that began to form at the end of Batman v Superman. And like the way, and I appreciate Zack Snyder's like cinematography in that, because it like, I didn't think I was gonna be on board with the Justice League being formed, but like there was a scene where it was very like cinematic, and there was like slow motion sort of like straight ahead shot of like Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Now they're a team, and they're gonna take on Apocalypse. Some people didn't like that like Apocalypse didn't look right or something, or like they didn't call him Apocalypse. That was just a scene where like Lex Luthor says, "I bring you Superman. I'm gonna bring you your Apocalypse," but he didn't name him Apocalypse. But whatever, like who cares? Like, and then there was the scene where Superman is like dead at the top of the steps, and his cape is draped down over the stairs, and like, you know, Wonder Woman was like, she was kneeling down over him. That was like straight out of, like, I don't even read comics, but like I remember the Death of Superman thing when it was happening in the 90s, and the video game, which was awesome, by the way. And I remember that imagery. Maybe I saw it at on a poster of like Superman with his cape draped over the stairs. That was very well done, and I was on board with the whole Justice League thing. But then by the time it got to the movie Justice League, it was like, the Avengers was better than that. Never liked Justice League at all. Yeah, that movie was horrible. Batman is all I really care about, and also kind of like Superman. Wonder Woman is kind of cool. That movie was like just good. The Wonder Woman movie, again, subverted my expectations in the sense that like, it was like just good enough. I didn't hate it. Yes! Alright, dude. Now I beat that fucking gorilla. And I got full health. Is there going to be a boss soon? I certainly hope so. Hopefully the boss is right here. Oh, now they give me full health. Thanks. Okay, so I'm assuming I go down here because it's not right. Okay. Okay, this is cool. I think homing seems to be the most useful. Okay, good that you don't fall when you go down there. Is this the boss? Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Give me that heart, baby. They could have given me a full heart, but... I'm always looking for an opportunity to duck. Come on. Like, now that I'm aware that those things are gonna come by and hit me, like I'm ready to duck. Oh. All right. Uh-oh. Lady Liberty. I abhor violence. So let's fight on my quiz show. Oh, sweet. Good. It's only got one heart. Does that mean that I can only get one question? I can't get any questions wrong. Oh, I didn't miss that. Rules are answers wins. You lose a heart if you fail. Hit the buzzer when you know the answer. I can't pause, but oh, I could do this though. So that's kind of cheating, but I should have paused it like that way. Get ready. Here comes the question. Which country am I living in? Okay, I'm gonna pause it. That's obviously America. Lady Liberty. I mean, is that a trick question? Brazil, USA, Ape City. Okay. Get ready. Ape City. Where am I originally from? Ooh, wait, don't tell me this one, Brendan. France? So, Lady Liberty obviously is still right there in Liberty Island of New York City. Is it really Liberty Island, or is that what GTA calls it? Liberty City is what GTA calls New York, but where was the Statue of Liberty originally from? Well, let's see what... France, United Kingdom. Alright, I'm gonna guess France. Correct! Alright, it's do or die now. If I get this wrong, how do you say thank you in Japanese? Arigato. So I wonder if this in the Japanese version was how do you say arigato in English? I did not... Oh, it was someone else that chose that. I knew the answer to that. Which island is farthest south? Hawaii, Shadow Moses. Okay, it's not Shadow Moses. What is Shadow Moses? I think, I'm gonna guess that it's not Hawaii because Hawaii is like close to the equator. I don't know where Guam is, but I think it's south. And it's not Shadow Moses because Shadow Moses is fucking something fictional. I forget what that's from. Shadow Moses, isn't that from like Metal Gear? Alright, so I'm gonna guess Guam. Correct. I'm really glad I didn't have to fight her. Up, up, down, down. Left, right, BA, select start. So what, if you press I guess you just choose it. So, I mean, if they're just gonna add random paths, then it doesn't matter which you choose. It's still kind of luck, but I'd like to see a new game other than roulette. Alright, jab and pop. I think that's one I haven't seen yet. Jab me, stab me, scratch that. Itch for me. I don't know. So I put the blue one there. I have no idea what just happened. Alright, Super Mario 2. I don't see any reason to use anything other than homing. I don't know what that jab and stab business was, but I don't understand it. Did I get? I guess I lost. I don't think I got anything. That skeleton kind of looks like the skeleton in Undertale. My brother gave me Undertale for my birthday one year, maybe a couple years ago, and I was considering playing that game when I decided I don't want to play Celeste. So this might... This is where I want to use the up, up, down, down. So now that I'm not seeing comments, once again I'm wondering if the comment feed just stopped working for no good reason. Alright, so I'm gonna kill this guy first. So that's not a platform, I'm gonna assume. Just to be safe, I guess. Well, Let me just pause it and check my texts. Maybe Brennan texted me saying that the comments aren't working. I'm with Cass for the evening. It's my brother. Alright. Well, I have been playing for an hour and 37. It's pretty good. Can't figure out any way to reverse the up, up, down, down. Just gotta wait for it to time out, I guess. Okay, well, one more try. But anyway, Logan was a good movie because it was more serious. Very cool. And Logan's a cool character. Hugh Jackman has always been great as Wolverine. Alright, so one more try at this. It's kind of stupid that you have to wait. There's something I'm missing here. Alright, so maybe use the bat. Yeah, the slipperiness of the bat is why. You seem to have infinite continues. I'm gonna quick save. And, oh, thanks, Brendan, for telling me about the 720p thing. I think that fixed it. I guess that means I'm doing things in 720p, but I'm gonna watch Alien 3 tonight because I haven't watched it in a long time, and I got this new TV with much better sound, and it's on DVD anyway, so 720p will be just fine. We'll see what the flicker looks like. I don't know why it says it's 1080i and then setting it to 1080i doesn't work, but I wonder if I set it to 1080p. I think that's what it was. Anyway, we're getting better every day. Thanks for watching, Brendan. Getting better every day.